In this short video, I'd like to demonstrate for you how to use the Histofreezer stat for both treatment with buds or cones. As you know, Histofreezer is a brand that for 30 years has been a go-to for physicians, clinicians around the world. And Histofreezer stat is the next generation product. So in the video now, I've already unpacked the kit, and so you have your different cone tips, and we're going to start with cones first, as well as the cone adapter. To operate the Histofreezer stat with a cone, the adapter is placed onto the top of the unit, and here I've picked a 5mm tip. It fits only one way onto the cone adapter. This would be placed then over the lesion to be treated, and normally you can grip it with your hand completely, but to make it easy for you to see, I'm going to hold it. You pull the trigger for 3 to 5 seconds and then release, but keep the tip over the lesion. And what you'll notice is the bubbling on the bottom, and you want to watch that until the time that the bubbling ceases. That means the gas has evaporated and the target lesion underneath has been frozen. Now, one of the pro tips, or one of the best practices in cryosurgery, is the idea of freeze-thaw. Here you would let the treatment be complete. We would remove the tip from the lesion site, wait for the lesion to return to flesh color, and then we would again pull the trigger for 3 to 5 seconds, release, allow the treatment to proceed. And depending on the lesion, more difficult warts, etc., you might treat with a couple of freeze-thaw cycles, something that's small or more superficial. Just a single cycle may be enough. Now, when you're done, the way you dispose of the tip is to simply put it in regular trash. The cone adapter itself is saved for future treatments. And that's the way a cone treatment is performed. Now, for a bud or applicator treatment, and this may be used in a situation where a lesion can't be reached with a cone, for example, it may be operated, again, by placing onto the tip of the unit, placing it upside down, and again, you pull the trigger for 3 to 5 seconds, in which time the gas fills in the bud, and it's ready to be used. You can leave the bud on the unit itself and simply apply to the skin, or you can actually remove it from the unit. It will stay cold for several minutes, in which time you can go around to different sites and perform treatments. And if you need to add more cold, you can go back and again, put it upside down, recharge with gas, and use on additional lesion sites. When you're done, you would take the bud and of course dispose of it again in your normal trash. Now, one thing you can do with the bud additionally is if you have a small lesion you'd like to treat, you can use a pair of surgical scissors and trim the tip to the size that's desired to more or less minimize any collateral healthy tissue being frozen and really target the lesion itself. That's the simple way to operate and use the Histofreezer stat for either a cone or a bud.